What's going on, everybody? This is your boy klua11 back on the mic with This Is All Things Sports, and these are my thoughts. Today I'm bringing you the NFL's 5th overall pick, the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders coming off two back-to-back 4-12 seasons. Definitely a lot of disappointment in these seasons, but there is hope considering that this year we did have the NFL's biggest cap space going into the offseason with just over $63 million, with some acquisitions with veterans as far as Austin Howard, Justin Tuck, Lamar Woodley, Antonio Smith, and re-signings of Usama Young, Darren McFadden, and also Hall of Famer Charles Woodson, well, future Hall of Famer that is, along with wide receiver James Jones coming into town. There is hope for this Oakland Raiders team to have a turnaround. The biggest question, though, is what are the Raiders going to do with the quarterback position? Going into this NFL draft, the highly touted quarterbacks in Teddy Bridgewater, Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel, and Derek Carr are options. At the 5th pick, players like Bridgewater and Bortles may not be available for us to pick, and Derek Carr might be a reach to go that high at quarterback position. So we may look to go ahead and grab one of the other top players in this upcoming draft, considering that wide receiver Sammy Watkins out of Clemson, defensive end Jadeveon Clowney out of South Carolina, or outside linebacker / defensive end Khalil Mack out of Buffalo could still be on the board with the 5th overall pick. Either one of those defensive players in Clowney or Mack would be an upgrade and could definitely be mentored by the veterans in Woodley and Tuck and Smith, who we acquired this offseason through free agency on the defensive line. If we were to go ahead and sign Sammy Watkins, draft Sammy Watkins, that would be pretty big considering we do need a number one wide receiver. But we did just sign wide receiver veteran James Jones to go along with Rod Streeter, Andre Owens, Bryce Butler, and Denarius Moore. So the wide receiver position might be a little stacked for us to go that high for a wide receiver. Could also look to go with the offensive line pick and take an offensive tackle Jake Matthews, or offensive out of Texas A&M, or offensive tackle Greg Robinson out of Auburn. Ray Robinson is getting a lot of praise and a lot of hype, but I'm not too sure if he's really the one to go with the 5th overall pick. He could potentially slide in and be a better guard than a tackle, but remember, he's coming from Auburn where they ran a lot of spread and read option plays, so he's definitely good in the run block game. But his pass protection skills are very limited on tape, considering that the Auburn doesn't pass a whole lot. So it's really hard to evaluate how good he can be as a pass protecting tackle. I would say Jake Matthews is more of a safe pick, considering he did come from a high passing offense like Texas A&M, where he did have to block for Johnny Manziel these past 2 seasons, and he played both right and left tackle, so he is versatile enough to move around. But I would also say, considering the needs and the veterans we have signed so far this offseason, I would look for the Raiders to possibly go after one of the top defensive players in Jadeveon Clowney or Khalil Mack with the 5th overall pick. This year, we have the league's toughest schedule. It's going to be a tough road, and it might not turn out to result in a lot of wins this upcoming season, but we're definitely going to be looking to be a lot tougher, a lot more competitive, and we're not looking to get blown out nor give up as many yards and points as we have in recent time. I'll be bringing more videos on upcoming teams as well as the Oakland Raiders as well, so stay tuned. My next video is going to include the number 6 pick, the Atlanta Falcons. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything of that nature, please feel free to leave them. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at klua11. Until next time, peace.